we build and we're having and stuff like that, like she likes to be choked. And then I noticed that, like, you know, she stopped breathing.
This is Daniel Isaiah Anderson, who fled from his own apartment after a horrifying discovery. October 19th, 2020 was supposed to be another night he planned with an escort, Cheyenne Valentine. But as Cheyenne's boyfriend Larry stepped in, he witnessed the darkest nightmare unfolding right in front of his eyes. Cheyenne's bare, lifeless body with severe bruising and strangulation marks around her throat. Through the leads, detectives identified and arrested Daniel. When he is brought into the interrogation room, he turns emotional but keeps yapping, hoping he'd get away.
Once I got out of jail, the second time, whenever I was 17, I told myself I'll never come back.
In the end, the case will reveal whether Daniel will get away with murder by talking his way out, or if the evidence proves it was a calculated act. Larry calls the officers after discovering Cheyenne's dead body, but instead of finding the murderer, officers take him into custody. The suspicion was obvious since his car was filled with rolled-up dollar bills. While he claims the money came from his girlfriend's escort work, detectives turn their attention to find one final objective, identifying the true suspect, and Larry becomes their key witness.
I know exactly what he looks like. Exactly what he looks like.
Is that him? No?
That's him. His hair. Let me show you the hair. Let me show you the hair. Let me show you the hair. It's like a regular. It's like a black guy haircut. You see how he got hair hanging over the front of his head, like more of a man. It's more of a black guy's haircut.
Okay.
That's him.
That's him?
That's him.
Okay. That's the guy you saw running.
That's him.
The moment Larry identifies Daniel, police issue a murder warrant in his name. A day later, officers capture him to uncover what happened between the friends that he chose to end Cheyenne's life.
I'm the lead detective on the homicide there in Midland. Okay. And so I just need to talk to you and tell me what happened.
What happened with the whole situation that was there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't like anything that was like supposed to happen. Like,
Okay.
everything that happened that night, like that was not supposed to happen.
And I can believe that.
And like that, like nothing was planned. Like whenever I had her over, I didn't plan for anything to happen like that. But usually, like whenever we build and we're having stuff like that, like she likes to be choked, like, and I've been choking her too. And like usually it's like a strong grip to like where it's like it's a realistic choke and stuff like that. So like I was doing that or whatever, and usually like if I'm going too hard, she needs me to stop, she'll like grab my hand or whatever. I never got that or whatever, and I'm just doing that. I'm still applying the pressure and stuff like that. And then I noticed that, like, you know, she stopped breathing. She stopped breathing or whatever. I noticed she stopped breathing. I'm trying to feel her pulse. I'm trying to see if she's still getting whatchamacallit. But it seems like she's just like, it seems like she's lifeless. So at this point, I'm like, I have a few options I can do. But when you're in a situation like this, you're young, your mind's scrambling. There's just a million situations running through my head. There's a million situations running through my head. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can try splashing some water on her. Maybe she'll wake up. Put her in some hot water, shock her. I was trying to get her back up, you know. I was trying to get her. I wanted her to be alive, you know, because I didn't want for it to happen or whatever, and shit like that.
So how often would you choke her whenever y'all would have?
Every single time.
Every time? How many times have y'all been together, would you say?
I don't know, like maybe 4 or 5.
Okay.
Larry wouldn't have thought that his lover would say goodbye in the gloomiest way, but their relationship hid an even darker side no one could have anticipated. As a boyfriend, Larry agreed to Cheyenne's escort business. Back in interrogation, Daniel's claims are chilling. His description of the tragic incidents is a bit too light. However, the post-mortem reports paint a far grimmer scene than anyone imagined. Cheyenne's body was found unclothed, marked by bruises and redness along her neck, with tiny blood vessels in her eyes ruptured from the intense pressure. Although Daniel claimed to attempt saving Cheyenne, he fled as Larry entered. Even as a regular client of Cheyenne's, detectives dig deeper into any resentment that sparked this chilling tragedy.
At what point did you realize it had gone too far?
Well, it's because I started feeling her tensing up, so I figured that she was about to come and shit like that. But I guess it was because I guess her body was spazzing out because she couldn't breathe. Whenever you look back at it, and I didn't look down because usually I'm just on it. And, I'm holding on to the wall, shit like that. I'm not really looking at her, because I just don't like making eye contact. Like that, but then I looked down and I noticed something was off. I noticed something was off, and at that point, everything just stopped. I pulled out, and I was just strictly in panic mode from there out.
So, when you started doing the choking thing on her, and that's one of the scenarios I thought was a possibility. Okay, when I was looking at the crime scene and saw her there, I thought, it could have gone one of two ways. Either he didn't pay and she wasn't going to do anything, so he choked her out, or it could be an erotic thing and it just went too far.
And that's definitely exactly what it was, because I get into the moment and I enjoy it. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie about it, but I just felt like it just went too far. I feel like it's something that could have been preventable if I would have just watched myself. It shouldn't just be on her to have to tap on me to know. I should know exactly what I'm doing, but I feel like it's just.
So did she have a safety word or anything like that?
She didn't have a safety word, but I'm telling you, every time we did it before, bro, if I was go too hard, she'd let me know she'd give me a tap or whatever, and I'll just
What would she tap you at?
Just on the head.
Just on the head?
Yeah, just on the head, wherever I'm choking you.
So when you were choking her, what did you use to choke her with?
My hand.
Okay. Because there was a belt laying in the living room.
That's my work belt. I work for Reliant, and I get dressed up just like you guys put work on. No, there's not a belt.
So you never used the belt?
No, dude, you can check it out. See it. Do whatever you want to do.
We're just talking here.
No, we're not just talking. I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay. That's fine. That's what I want.
Because if we're just talking, just me and you, that means there's some lies thrown in there.
Well,
I got something to do. This is inevitable.
What I'm trying to get to is I'm not calling you a liar. I'm asking. I saw it laying there in the living room, so. Of course, that's sort of the thing that goes through my mind.
You're a detective.
Did he use the belt? Did he use his hand?
No, of course. No, yeah, of course. You're a detective. I'm sure we can prove all this. Everything I'm telling you, I'm sure we can prove that shit.
Okay.
And then someone came knocking at the door, and I looked the hole, and they're blocking the hole. So now I'm just holy shit! I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, because what I planned to do, I'm not gonna lie. After it happened, I was like, well, I don't want to tell myself for this. Even if I didn't do it on purpose, I'm not gonna tell myself, I'm not gonna go to jail for this like that. But I plan on just trying to get rid of the body and hiding it somewhere and shit like that, which obviously is wrong. But my mouth is scrambled. Anyone in that situation when something like that happens and it's genuinely something that was an accident, you're gonna freak out. Your mind's not gonna be straight. You're not gonna be sound. You're gonna be a million places at once.
Okay.
Little did Daniel know his grip on reality would slip. Quote unquote, in this situation, not everyone would be so selfish as to care less about a dying human. Instead of saving Cheyenne's life, he chose to save himself. But what comes next is even more shocking. However, Daniel skipped an important detail. After dropping Cheyenne at his apartment, Larry waited outside. He tried calling her on FaceTime several times, growing more anxious with each unanswered call. But when Larry knocked on the door, Daniel claimed she had never arrived. When Larry broke in, he found Cheyenne gone. Yet Daniel has a different story to tell the detective.
So, did you ever try CPR? Anything like that on her?
I don't know how to do CPR. I tried a few times, just what the they do in movies and shit. I didn't do no mouth to mouth or anything like that because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. Was anybody else in the apartment with y'all?
No.
No? Because I noticed when I looked at her phone, you had asked her to come over and...
Well, because the dude that she stays with or whatever, and me and her talk, whenever we're just alone in person and stuff like that. The dude that she stays with, he's the one who usually runs the phone, who's answering the phone and stuff like that. So she had already told me about that and stuff like that. So we basically, we already knew what it was. She told me, if I were going to do that, just make up an excuse so that they can still come over and make it look legit and things like that. So, I did that or whatever. And then we got to business late as soon as she came in.
Okay. So you said that a million scenarios were going through your mind. Kind of expand on that for me. Tell me what was going on in your
Well,
head.
not a million scenarios. Scenario. Me ended up in jail for some shit. Like, it's not like it was maliciously done. It just happened. Like, I couldn't control that. I freaked the out. I heard someone knocking on my door. I'm like, there's no way this can be real right now. There's no way. I jump off the balcony. I actually see.
Is that what happened to your ankle?
Heel, my arm right here, my arm fucking broken, like that. Like, yeah, because I jumped off the balcony. I was like, what the f? I'm just gonna take off. I don't know what to do, and I just drove. I ended up in Mexico. I just kept driving.
So, that you.
Because like I said, it's not like it was something that like I did it planned out. Like if I planned out, oh my ID's here. Oh shit, I'm telling you, it was something that just happened on the spot. I was like, okay, I got to make a decision, and I made a decision, jump out and take up.
Okay.
If it was something,
so had that guy not knocked on the door and thrown you into panic mode, what do you think you would have done?
At that point, like before he knocked on the door, I was taking it slow. I was kind of like getting back to like just my normal thinking and stuff like that. I can't tell you 100% what happened if he did knock on the door. I can't tell you that 100% because I honestly don't know. I know I was getting back to the points where I was level-headed and I could probably make a rational decision. But once he started knocking on the door, and then I went to the people and they with like covering it, I was just like, I was thinking cops. I was like, this has to be cops, dude. Like how? Like what the fuck? And I was just like, I was freaking out.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he had mentioned he was calling the cops, so that's why I thought it was the cops when they got there.
Okay. So when he knocked on the door, did he ask you anything? Did he yell at other than telling you he's going to call the cops?
No, I think he texted that to me, man.
He texted it to you?
Yeah, he texted me he was going to call the cops. He didn't say anything when he knocked on the door.
Did you say anything to him when he knocked on the door?
No, I didn't.
Because he's telling me that you told him that she never showed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. But that was before. That was whenever we had the door. That was in the messages, too. And you should see that on the messages.
I saw that in the messages, too. But he told me that you had told him.
Yeah, because I was trying to cover my ass.
Okay.
Because I knew there was someone else behind there. I was trying to cover my ass. Like, whenever that happened, I was like, he's going to fucking be up here or some shit. He's going to know something's fucking wrong. I'll just say that she never fucking came.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, this is all from the process when everything starts scrambling. It's just the initial shock. This is everything that happens.
Whether Larry called him or knocked on his door, the outcome remains the same. Daniel is held responsible for Cheyenne's death and must face the consequences. What began as a moment of desire ended in tragedy for Cheyenne. His tone rose, but just when he thought he could handle the detectives, he is confronted with evidence.
Okay. Well, there was a romper that was wet, balled up there in between the bag and the bed. Was she wearing anything like that? Did she ever get in the tub?
A romper?
Yeah.
No, I put her in the tub, dude.
Okay.
I told you I put her in the tub because I told you I tried splashing water in her face.
Now, you didn't tell me you put her in the tub. You did tell me you tried to splash water on her.
No, I said, look, I said I tried to splash water in her, and I tried to soak her in hot water, see if I get shocked. Yeah, and I did say that. I'm trying to follow you here. I'm trying to follow you here, but I didn't get that you gleaned from what you tell me that you put her in a tub. Does that make sense? I mean, do you think I'm just going to put her in the sink with hot water? Well, there was listen to me. There was a sink that was full of water in the kitchen. For all I know, you were splashing water on her from the sink. No, of course not. It's because my sinks are f***ed up. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Hey Daniel, we're not here to trick you, man. We're not. If we were, we wouldn't drive at least 2 hours to come over and talk to you.
I don't think you're gonna trick me. I just want y'all to know that, like, if y'all come to me, y'all told me everything I know already. I'm gonna work with you. Like, I'm in this fucking.
We're just trying to make sense of the puzzle that we were dealt with, and that's it.
No, and look, I 100% understand that, but you gotta understand from my point of view, like, there's nothing saying that I should just have to find out. And I just didn't.
We're not saying that.
So I just want y'all to know where the f I'm coming from, and that, like, it's not something that was maliciously done.
And I believe that the scene dictates that to us. I mean, and I believe that because your badge was there.
My work tablet, bro.
Yes, all that stuff that could have helped you.
Yeah, bro.
Still there.
If I was elaborate, if I played, I would have all my clothes packed. I would have my car ready to go. And I would have just done that. Whenever she came in and left and took everything from the car, and I would have skipped time like that, bro. I'm telling you, this is some shit that happened on the spot, bro. I didn't have time to think of anything like that, bro. I was just a scared kid. Like, what the fuck is gonna happen to me, bro. And it's not like I have the best history of, like, because I have a possession of controlled substance and shit like that, and I have a history of juvenile and shit like that. So that doesn't vouch my case any better. But I know at this point in my life, this is the best that I was ever doing. I was making $1,200 plus a week working with Reliant. I was getting ready to get the market manager position. About to be the youngest market manager in the company history and shit like that. And I looked fucking going. I was like, I dreamed. I'm like, and I feel like once it happened that night, like my heart broke. Because I put so much into coming back. Once I got out of jail, the second time, whenever I was 17, I told myself I'll never come back. And I put so much into turning my life around. And it feels like when I was put in this situation and this shit happened, it felt like it was just a big slap in my face. And it fucking sucked, dude. Because I poured a lot into fucking where I was at this point in life. I poured a fucking lot into it. And I plan on to keep riding with it. I feel like this is just a big bump. And it really sucks.
I believe you. I really do.
Not only does Daniel portray himself as the victim, but another human's death is just a speed bump in his life. That's a psychopathic trait he reveals right there. He soon broke down, realizing the situation was no longer in his favor.
You know, and I can even feel for you. You know, this is not something you wanted to happen in your life, and now it has, and you're going to have to live with it now, and I know you know that. And frankly, I'm impressed that you're man enough to stand up and admit to what happened. You wouldn't believe how many people I've talked to that try and lie and feed me a line of shit.
There's no point. You're already caught.
Yeah.
There's no point in trying to lie about it. What are you going to gain from it?
Right. So, when you were having sex with her, did you wear a condom? Did you not wear a condom?
I wore a condom whenever we did, but for a little while, whenever I was missionary, I didn't wear a condom.
Okay. And she was good with all that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay. Anything else that she was doing during all this time that led up to her wanting to be choked?
That led up to her wanting to be choked?
Yeah. I mean, is it something that she immediately, the first time y'all ever did anything, she wanted that then, or is it?
No, I'm the one who initiated it, and I asked her after she liked it. She's like, "Yeah, I love that type of shit." She told me to keep doing it. And that was like the first time we fucking met, and we just did it.
Had you ever done that with anybody else before?
Of course, all the time.
You ever had anybody come close to going too far with?
No, of course not. I feel like they're just giving me a tap. That's how it is with everyone, bro. Like, if I'm going too hard, I'm doing too much. I tell them, just give me a tap, whatever. I'll loosen it up.
Gotcha.
We'll fix it up like that.
So, any time did she tap it and you just were too far gone? You didn't realize she had tapped?
I'm telling you, if she tapped, I would know she's tapped, dude. We've done this a few times before. She didn't tap.
And it just got too far and it went.
It just went too far, and my mind was, man.
Okay.
It would have been a normal night if Larry hadn't been Cheyenne's boyfriend. Daniel might never have been caught. Unfortunately, he couldn't save his lover, but he identified Daniel in the interrogation room. Daniel panicked hard that final day. Interestingly, his voice lowers as the detectives appreciate him for being forthcoming.
The balcony and dropped. Tell me what happened after that.
I got up, I ran it off, I jumped on a car, and then I hopped in my car, and I started backing out all the way until I hit a gate. As you can probably see on my car, there's a hole in one of my fucking lights on the right or back. And I seen this guy coming from me, his phone out and shit like that. I was just like, dude, like, I don't know what to do with that. I put it in first gear, I kicked it, and then I went out the right. I drove around the neighborhood a little bit, and I actually drove. I seen you, 3 of your cars coming past me as I was actually driving to get onto the fucking highway. I took the left, and I saw past me, and I'm just like.
So when you got back out on the Briarwood, you turned left?
Yeah,
headed to Walmart?
Yeah, turn left, like heading to Walmart before you hit Walmart, there's this thing called Northgate or Northcrest Drive that you turn into so you can get on the highway, and I went that way.
Okay.
So it was like kind of behind Walmart, yeah.
Okay. So that's that one that breaks off there's a little shopping strip right there before the car wash and all that. You take that back road right there.
Yeah, and it's right before it.
And
And
then
then there's
you
an
go down
arrow.
by
Like,
Texas Roadhouse and all that.
exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. And then from that point, where did you go?
I just traveled, dude. I just went places. I think I ended up in Seminole, Texas, Big Spring, around those areas. I know these are all areas I passed through, and then finally I was like, I need to get to Texas, and I went to New Mexico.
Okay. And they arrested you there in Hobbs, is that right?
Yeah, also, it was the weirdest shit in my life. I tried working with my mom, to be honest. I honestly thought you were. I thought they'd figure out the situation, because, like, you know, I didn't tell my mom either. Like, I didn't tell anyone. I was just like, I know I'm going to eventually get caught. The people I need to tell, I'll tell them what the happened. But I was just, like, in a panic mode. I knew my mom would have freaked out.
And I called your granddad, and he said that I hadn't seen him since I kicked him out.
Yeah, he kicked me out when I was 17. Yeah, that's what I was telling you about whenever I got out of possession. He
said I don't have anything to do with him anymore. I told him to go back to his mom. I wasn't putting up with his. But he said I wasn't putting up with his anymore. Is what he told me.
Yeah, I have a history of using drugs.
Gotcha. You still doing drugs?
No, of course. Well, I smoke weed. I'm not gonna lie. I smoke weed and I drink beer. Everything else.
Yeah, I saw the cases of beer.
Yeah, we kind of like to have little things. Yeah, we do some shit. Yeah.
So, and I saw a little video you sent her where y'all were shooting beer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I did call your mom, but she said, you know, I live in Fort Worth. I haven't had contact with him since he went down there. So.
Honestly, I figured my mom was trying to get me set up, and I was like, honestly, cause mom, she's not a fucking liar. And I was just like, you know, I'm gonna just do it, cause you know.
She's not what? I'm sorry.
She's not a good liar.
Okay.
Yeah, because I felt like she was setting me up, so I just took the bait, and I wouldn't waited right across the street from the Best Western, because she said she was going to book me a thing there, and I just got in my car and I waited. And like, actually, if you see my phone, I was Googling, how do you know that you're getting set up for a sting as you're fucking arrested me?
No.
So I fucking knew. I know it was up, but I guess y'all were working with my mom from what he said.
Right.
I wouldn't have been surprised, because I kind of just went to it, and I was kind of just like ready. But good thing y'all found me either way, because I guess I was supposed to be there, because I was ready to get arrested while I was sitting there anyway, to be honest. So whenever y'all found me, I wasn't surprised. I was checking up. I actually felt calm.
Daniel feels relieved as the detectives listen to his side of the story. It felt like a therapy session for him, but deep down, he accepts his fate that he soon will be facing charges of murder.
Because I conflicted inside, and I felt like once y'all caught me, I was able to clear it up.
Okay.
And I felt like
Tell me about that conflict. You
Why
said you felt conflicted inside, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't do the right thing whenever it happened. Like, I should have just called and like explained what it happened.
Okay.
That's why I felt conflicted. I wish I could have went back and did it a different way.
So what do you think would have happened if you had done that?
I feel like, honestly, I'd still be in jail.
You would.
But it would have been the right, morally speaking and ethically
Right.
speaking, it would have been the right thing to do, and I would have felt better with it inside. Because like,
Right.
as I was driving here in the car, like, that's the most peace I felt since I left last night, honestly. Everything's just been a train wreck.
Okay. And like you said, you'd have been in jail. You'd have still been charged with something, but it wouldn't be what you're being charged with now.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Exactly.
Okay.
I look at it, I respected it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you think we should know about this that you haven't told us?
No, I feel like I feel good. I feel like, man, if I have been lifted off me, I said everything I need to say.
All right, man. I appreciate you talking to us.
Of course.
Good luck to you.
Hey, man, I don't need any luck, man. I feel great, man.
All right. Hang out real quick.
Even though the crime scene looked chilling and suspicious, with Daniel's belt near Cheyenne's neck and warm water spilled all over her body, Daniel denied any premeditation but claimed it was a paid private meeting that spiraled out of control. Do you think a fast talker like him could cover up the murder? On December 19th, 2024, Daniel was sentenced to 20 years in prison. He pleaded guilty to the murder in Midland County District Court. Fast talk met with cold steel bars. Justice served, but questions linger.